Year after year, tens of thousands of U.S. Citizens are fleeing the state of Illinois. It ranks only behind Governor Hochul's New York and Governor Newsom's California. You all are protecting and harboring illegal aliens for political purposes. Governor Pritzker, would you support prohibiting illegal aliens from being counted in the census, yes or no?
Your numbers are wrong, sir.
Would you, yes or no?
Your numbers are wrong, sir.
Chair,
Our population is increasing. We have a higher population
gentlemen,
as a result of
gentlemen,
the census that was done in 2020.
While that might be true for year after year, seeing just 1 year of population increase over 4 years, the state continues to lose population, and the most recent census data shows Illinois losing more people 18 years and under at a faster rate than New York and California. It is Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and wake up with us each and every weekday morning. You can see the latest headlines at thecentersquare.com, where top of the headline, you've got census data showing Illinois losing 18-year-olds and under at a faster rate than New York and California. Now, this is data that was embargoed until this morning, so we actually got our hands on this data yesterday early morning and pouring through it, and it's a lot of lines of spreadsheets, and there's 20 different types of spreadsheets for each state, and it breaks it down by age, by race, by gender. So go to the centersquare.com. You'll be able to see this. Now, you've got the headline, of course, being we've seen fewer 18 and under, while the aging population continues to grow. State gained 68,000 people from 2023 to 2024, but Illinois lost nearly 89,000 people since 2020, according to the most recent census data that was released today. But it also shows there are fewer people under 18, with the 65 and older population growing. I talked with Ted Dabrowski from Wirepoints, and he broke down the numbers a bit and shared just how detrimental this is.
Well, yeah, there's some I'd say very dangerous new data in this census data, and we have fewer young people, we have more old people, and very worrisome is that we have fewer working age people. So all those things are going to work against the state that's got big debts and already high taxes.
Now,
very dangerous.
It's the final vintage 2024 population estimates that were released yesterday. So this is going to be like the final subset of data that the U.S. Census releases. And what it shows is in 2024, there were more women than men, 51% to 49% in Illinois. The median age has increased from 38.6 years old to 39.4 years old. The national median average is 39.1, which is up 0.6 years since 2020. But the census also shows that across the country, older adults outnumbered children in nearly half of the U.S. counties in 2024, including in counties across Illinois. While there are counties in Illinois where it's reflected, where there's more older people than younger people, statewide, at nearly 2.7 million Illinoisans under 18 years old, that compares to 2.2 million of Illinoisans over the age of 65. Now, across the country, the census says that the population 65 and older increased by over 3%, while the population of 18 and under decreased about 0.2%. Now, Illinois' numbers reflect that, with an increase in the 65 and up population by 62,500, but 18 and under decreased by 26,800. Since 2020, there have been more than 172,000 fewer Illinoisans 18 and under. So that's over the past 4 years. 172,000 fewer 18 and under. That number is surpassed only by California in raw numbers, with 485,000 fewer 18 and under. In New York, 230,000 fewer 18 and under. But if you look at the percentage decline, California had a 5.45% decline. New York had a 5.7% decline. Illinois had a 6% decline in the number of people 18 and under. So it's moving at a faster rate than New York or California. So let's hear more of what Dabrowski had to say about all of this. He acknowledges that, we've gained population over the past year, but the past 4 years, the census confirming Illinois continues to lose population.
Oh, I think we're still on the very, very dangerous trend of depopulation. Over the last 4 years, we still have negative numbers. yes, we grew over the last 2 years, but the reason is very obvious. All you need to do is look at the net international immigration, and it just jumped. Typically, we're somewhere between 15 and 30,000 net international immigrants coming into Illinois. The last 2 years was 93,000 and 113,000. So you're talking about a massive jump, enough to make Illinois grow for those 2 years. But what we know now is that Biden's open borders are now shut. And so you can imagine, well, we still may pick up some people from other states. That in theory should be domestic migration. But without the foreign big illegal immigration coming in, Illinois is going to shrink again. And it's much worse than that, Greg. It's not only that, we're losing our wealthy people and we're gaining very poor people. And from a tax-based perspective and from a workforce perspective, from a productivity perspective, it's very dangerous for Illinois. We're continuing on the wrong path.
So, Dabrowski, drilling down a bit further on all of those demographics that the census put out, and if you go to the centersquare.com, we looked at some of the racial components of all of this. One demographic where the state gained is in the Hispanic and Asian populations, which increased 217,000 combined since 2020. The American Indian and Alaskan Native population increased by more than 7,500 over 4 years. The Asian population in Illinois, 93,000 increase, and the Hispanic population 124,000 increase. When you look at other racial demographics, there are 187,000 fewer white Illinoisans than in 2020, as well as 31,000 fewer black and African Americans in the land of Lincoln since 2020. So you can see here some of the other demographics. But Wirepoints with Ted Dabrowski, he went a little bit deeper and showed some of the other age classifications. And when it comes to the population from 19 to 64, they found that Illinois suffered the sixth biggest percentage loss of working population. So that's 19 to 64, right? Prime working age, maybe later on in those later years, not so much prime, but still, you've got a large percentage decline of working people. Dabrowski saying that something here needs to change, and it needs to change fast.
Yeah, I think it feeds into what's been going on for the last couple of decades, where our property taxes keep going up. If you look at ATTAM data, we're the highest property taxes in the country, and some of the stuff we've reported, we have the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 6 highest metro areas in the country for property taxes. And when you look at this, an older population, fewer workers, this is a recipe for even more pain. And then if you take a shrinking population, assuming that this net international immigration, illegal immigration stops and slows down, and we've seen at the border it's almost zero now, we're going to be back to losing population. And we have to also remember, it's also not only are we losing population, but our peers are growing. And if you look at all of our neighboring states, they've been growing. If you look at the successful states like Tennessee and Texas and Florida, they're booming. And so we're falling further and further behind. Fewer investments, fewer companies here. It's a recipe for the problems we've had, and we don't seem to be changing our policies at all to stop that.
And that issue of the demographics on the working age people, where we're seeing a decline in that population. And while we're also seeing, an increase of international migration into Illinois over the past year, Dabrowski says you really got to look at who the earners are and who are the individuals not earning as much, leaving fewer people with fewer money to pay for Illinois' continued operational costs and legacy debt, like pensions, $140 billion unfunded.
Well, we've seen over the past, whatever it is, 20 years, we've seen the people that we're losing, they make more and more money, the people we're losing are making lots of money. The people we're gaining from other states make a lot less. The gap continues to widen. So we're losing our wealthy, we're losing our most productive, our entrepreneurs, and we're gaining back, as we can see from the data, we're gaining back people who make a lot less. And when you add the massive net international immigration we've had, the illegal immigrants, we're losing wealth, and we're taking on people who are highly dependent on the state. More of a recipe for disaster. And I blame a lot of that, of course, on the sanctuary status of the state and the sanctuary status of Chicago. Why we haven't stopped those Well, we know why. We should abandon those things right now and try to get back to growth. We have to change all of our policies to get back to attracting people, attracting wealthy people, attracting entrepreneurs, attracting investment. Right now, our policies do the exact opposite. And the numbers prove it, Greg. The numbers prove it all.
So Dabrowski, giving him a chance there for final words and analysis of all of this with the demographic numbers released by the U.S. Census this morning. A conversation I had with Dabrowski yesterday on that embargo data.
I think that the biggest new thing we know we've been losing population. We know we've been losing our wealthy. But we know now from this latest data is that we're losing our young population, right? It's shrunk by 6%. That's a big drop. Shrinking by 6% are young, right? They're our future workforce. Even worse is our current workforce has shrunk by 150,000 people, 2%. So and our aging population is up by 11%. So this is going to be really difficult to manage. Fewer young people coming up in the pipeline to take jobs and pay taxes. Our workforce is shrinking. Wow, we better dramatically change our policies and flip the dynamics of our state, or we're going to be in massive trouble.
Something to watch here in the years ahead and how those demographics are ultimately going to change the shape of Illinois. As the country itself getting a little older, some places seeing some similar signs that younger people are not outpacing the increase in the number of older people, which when you think about it, younger generation is the one that's going to be paying for the older generation's well-being for the most part. So fascinating stuff in the land of Lincoln. It is Illinois in Focus Daily. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and wake up with us each and every weekday morning for the latest here with the Center Square.